News Channel 15 presents The Film Reel, the talk show where we discuss everything going on in the world of movies and television, with hosts Bryce West and John Freeland. This is The Film Reel. Hello and welcome back into The Film Reel, the talk show where we discuss everything going on in the world of movies and television. I'm your host, Bryce West, alongside John Freeland, and we are going to kick off today's action-packed episode with a look at the box office recap.
Coming in at number 5 is The Croods, A New Age, starring Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone, and Ryan Reynolds. The prehistoric family The Croods are challenged by a rival family, the Bettermans, who claim to be better and more evolved. The film brought in $625,000, rising 15.7% from last weekend. For The Film Reel, I'm Eli Grimes.
Coming in at number 4 is The Courier, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. Cold War spy Graville Wynn and his Russian source try to put an end to the Cuban Missile Crisis. The film opened with $1.9 million. For The Film Reel, I'm Drew Poughton.
Coming in at number 3 is Chaos Walking, starring Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. A dystopian world where there is no women and all living creatures can hear each other's thoughts in a stream of images, words, and sounds called noise. The film brought in $1.9 million, dropping 14.5% from the last weekend. For The Film Reel, I'm Branson Beard.
Coming in at number 2 in the box office is Tom and Jerry, starring Chloe Grace Moretz and Michael Pena, the adaptation of the classic Hanna-Barbera property, which reveals how Tom and Jerry first meet and form their rivalry. The film brought in $3.8 million, dropped 7.3% from last weekend. For The Film Reel, I'm Mallory Burton.
Coming in at number 1 in the box office is Raya and the Last Dragon, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Awkwafina. In a realm known as Kumandra, a reimagined Earth inhabited by ancient civilization, a warrior named Raya is determined to find the last dragon. The film brought in $5.1 million, dropping 10.1% from last weekend. For The Film Reel, I'm Kyler Gaiman.
John, The Croods, A New Age is still hanging on for dear life. They're at number 5
to beat Wonder Woman.
To stay in the top. It's beat Wonder Woman for quite a while, John. I mean, this movie just will not go away. I mean, it literally rose. It went up 15.7%. So it made more money than it did last weekend.
I don't understand how it keeps doing that.
I mean,
it's not the first
unbelievable.
Time.
I mean, John, I mean, we see Raya and the Last Dragon and Tom and Jerry, right? But I mean, it's had, a steady, decline the longer it's been out, like normal. That's to be expected. But we see movie like The Croods, it goes up. It makes more money than the weekend before. How is that even possible? I mean, what is it with this movie that it just keeps on trucking along?
No clue, but it's like a heartbeat, just goes down, up, down, up. Like I mean,
just whenever you think it's getting ready to flatline, I mean,
thought
it
for
just
sure
spikes back up again.
Raya was gonna take all the children out of watching it and go watch Raya instead, and Tom and Jerry. But it's still top 5.
I mean, just think about this. I mean, the Croods came out in probably December, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. Late December.
And I mean, there are still theaters out there, enough theaters out there for it to be in the top 5. I mean, that is unbelievable. Obviously, COVID, it skews with numbers a little bit because obviously, not as many theaters are open and
not as many movies are coming out.
Yeah, you know the deal. But this is still absolutely just unbelievable, numbers. I mean, don't get me wrong. It didn't make all that much. It made $625,000, but it's still hanging in there. I mean, Boogie, who just came out a couple weeks ago, that's already down at number 6. And basically ever since the Croods has been in the top 5 since we started the show back up in 2021. After the midseason, and so I mean. It's almost gonna be kind of sad, whenever we see the Croods go, it's almost just gonna be like a part of the film reel is missing almost. It's been here for so long.
Not gonna be as exciting as Tenet finally getting out of number 1.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, think about this though. I mean, Tenet, yeah. I mean, we talked about the chronicles of Tenet being number 1 for forever, but I mean, we've been talking about The Croods, A New Age, since January. I mean, that is almost 3 months now. We've been talking about this movie. And and a movie I don't think either of us have seen.
Not yet, no.
So I feel like we almost have to, like at some point, just to, I mean, we've talked about it for this much, it almost feels wrong.
You have to do a watch party?
Yeah, we haven't. Maybe we should. Maybe we should do a film reel special where we have the Croods watch party. That would be definitely interesting. But that is going to conclude the box office report for this week. In other news, Black Widow is the next big Marvel blockbuster that is getting ready to come out, and it is getting delayed once more. But it seems like this is going to be the last delay because it was delayed to July 9th, which was previously the Shang-Chi release date, another Marvel film. That Shang-Chi got delayed to September 3rd. But the difference between this is that Disney has finally caved in. They are going to do Black Widow July 9th in theaters and Disney Plus Premier Access at the same time with that absolutely absurd $30 pay window. I mean, you're already a Disney Plus subscriber, but then you got to pay an extra $30. I think that's completely absurd, but well, I've talked about that plenty of times here on the show. But Black Widow is finally coming out. This is going to be the release date that they stick to. John, what are your thoughts on that?
To be honest, with the fact that like nothing's really overly changing in theaters at the moment, I knew they would either have to cave in or just sit on a multi-million-dollar movie that is getting no watches because they're just holding it in a DVD. Yeah,
I mean, the film was supposed to come out like I believe May of last year.
Yeah,
it will have been a delay that lasted over a year. Because I mean, it was supposed to come out May of last year. It now is coming out in July of this year. I mean, that is 14 months that this movie has been delayed now. And think about this: by the time this movie, Black Widow, comes out, it will have been 2 full years since the last Marvel theatrical release, which was Spider-Man: Far From Home back in, I can't remember, June or July of 2019. I mean, it has been that long, the longest span of time that there has ever been between MCU movies. So,
but with Marvel movies, it's been back to back that they make almost $1 billion every single one through the box office like report and stuff. How do you think like Black Widow is going to do?
It won't make $1 billion. I mean, it's nearly impossible for it to make $1 billion. With it still coming out in COVID era. But I feel like before COVID era, or maybe even if they did this after, well, actually, I don't know about after even, but before COVID, I think that this could have probably definitely been a contender for another $1 billion film for Marvel. I mean, Scarlett Johansson is a huge star. People have been wanting for them to do a Black Widow solo movie since the very beginning, whenever she debuted in Iron Man 2. So, yeah, this is long overdue. But, yeah, so before COVID, yes, I think that it probably could have easily made $1 billion. Now, I mean, absolutely not.
Do you think it should have been a better idea for them to have just made, like, a series instead of the movie?
No, because it was shot as a movie.
That's true.
It was made,
pre-made.
it was made as a movie. No, I don't think that they should have retroactively made it a series. I think that probably would have hindered the movie more than it would have helped it.
That's true.
If they, really wanted to make money or get more Disney Plus subscribers, they would just make the movie available to the subscribers they already have instead of a $30 paywall, or just release the movie digitally for people to own. Yeah. I don't think I've ever I don't think I know anybody who has bought into the whole Premier Access thing. I know I will not be supporting Premier Access. I'm fully vaccinated and I plan to follow all precautions that the movie theater sets. So I plan to go see this in the theater. But I still understand why people who aren't as fortunate to be vaccinated and know that they're going to be safe. I know why they don't want to go. I mean they've got probably like family members that they want to worry about, that they have to worry about and stuff like that. And so, and again, I mean I still plan to of course wear a mask because just vaccinated doesn't mean immune to everyone else. But with that being said, I think it's good to finally see that Disney is going to actually release this
Marvel film.
You know, and you know, again, I've said what I've said about Premier Access, but I'm just really excited to see Marvel movies come out again. It's been 2 years, and it is about time. With that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and after this, we've got some interesting Batwoman news to talk about coming up.
It just takes a moment to spread from one person to another. So how do you break the germ cycle? Wash your hands often and always after coughing, sneezing, handling food, and going to the bathroom. Lather the front, back, and in between for at least 20 seconds. If there's no soap or water available, use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Regularly disinfect common surfaces, including your phone. These small things can help break the germ cycle.
From broadcasting
to sports, from filming new shows
to interviews,
from filling the news
to working on projects.
The radio TV program at Wabash Valley College brings you fun and enjoyable work experience. You'll gain hands-on experience by working with our news channel, News Channel 15, recording and even broadcasting some of the biggest high school games of the year. New shows like The Film Reel and older shows like Sports Extra. Come be a warrior by setting up an appointment today at 618-262-8641.
News Channel 15, winner of the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Award for the nation's best community college TV station.
News Channel 15 presents Sports Extra, a weekly look at local and area sports. See it Thursday nights at 6:30 on News Channel 15, also posted to our Facebook page. It's Sports Extra.
My favorite thing about Wabash Valley College, it is a tight-knit community. I am very big into having a support system and to having people help me succeed. And being here at a community college, it is, in fact, a community college because we all support each other. We are all here for each other.
Welcome back into the Film Reel. Batwoman is a series that has been airing on the CW for the past two seasons now. And something interesting that happened a while ago, Ruby Rose, the star of the show, Batwoman, actually left the show just pretty immediately. I mean, the season left on a cliffhanger, and then they had to cast someone else to be Batwoman. They didn't recast Ruby. They didn't cast Ruby Rose's character Kate Kane, but they introduced a new Batwoman, Ryan Wilder. Well, now there is going to be a new Kate Kane, and that is going to be played by Wallace Day. Wallace Day will be replacing Ruby Rose as Kate Kane on Batwoman. Wallace Day actually previously was on another DC project, Krypton, and now she will be replacing Ruby Rose in the formerly titular role as Kate Kane Batwoman. John, I don't really know what to think. I mean, I've thought the whole thing, why they cast a new character, is that maybe if they wanted Ruby Rose to come back, she could, but I guess maybe Ruby Rose, definitely isn't coming back now, so, what are your thoughts on this? They choose just to make a brand new character for the show instead of recasting, but now they've recast anyway, but we have a new Batwoman. This is just a huge, major, confusing situation, especially to the people at home who probably don't follow this show as much as, we do. I'm confused. So what are your thoughts?
I'd say I'm just as confused because, doing a recast means you're going to keep the same character and it's usually going to still be about them. But fans usually don't take it well because it just looks different and I don't know. But, what they did, I thought was a really good idea, which was just get a new character to, create a new storyline. But now they're bringing the character back with a different actress, which is totally fine, but I don't know what place in the story she has now.
So in the season premiere, and unfortunately I haven't had the time to watch past the season premiere, but in the season premiere, spoilers, Kate Kane's plane crashes and the bat suit is left behind, but there's no body, so Kate Kane is just missing. And so with that, it's just like, okay, so they plan to bring her back at some point.
Yeah.
So I always knew that the character Kate would come back. I just thought that maybe they were leaving the door open for an optimistic return for Ruby Rose, the actress. But now, they just recast. So it's just like I love the new character Ryan Wilder from what I saw in the premiere, and the actress seemed to have done a really great job. But it's just like, why did we cast a new character? Like, why didn't we just recast Kate Kane if we were going to recast Kate Kane? I just feel like there's just so much unnecessary confusion in this situation. I mean, what do you...
I completely agree. I feel like if they're going to just recast Kate Kane, they should have just done it from the start. But instead, it's going to leave the confusion on she went missing and now she's coming back a different person.
Yeah. So, it'll definitely be interesting to see how they handle that in the show. With that being said, we're going to take another quick break, and we have some news about a award-winning actress, Jessica Walter, who died at 80. We'll have that and more after this.
At First National Bank, we are committed to providing our customers with superior customer service. Whether in person or over the phone, our goal is to provide a positive customer experience each and every day. Give us a call or stop in one of our local branches today.
I think what makes Wabash better than any other college is that it's a small, close-knit community, and it offers a lot of different classes with a lot of different teachers.
What makes it better is the hands-on training. The teachers really want you to succeed.
It's such a different kind of community than what a big college would be. I can go and walk down the hall and I know 7 different people. And so I think it's just the sense of community that you get from a smaller college.
No matter what your favorite show is, News Channel 15 has you covered. Now available on Roku and Apple TV smart devices.
Welcome back into the film reel. Tributes are pouring in on social media following the death of actress Jessica Walter. Walter, who played Lucille Bluth on the show Arrested Development, died on Wednesday. Her daughter says Walter passed away in her sleep at home in New York. Long before Arrested Development, Walter had a string of successful roles on Broadway. That's where she won the Clarence Derwent Award for Outstanding Debut Performance in 1963. Her star continued to shine in movies, on TV, leading to an Emmy Award for her role in the NBC series Amy Prentice. Walter's daughter says her mom loved bringing joy to others through storytelling, both on screen and off. Walter was 80 years old.
Definitely an unfortunate passing there. I know her most from Arrested Development, which I believe was originally a Fox show, but then Netflix picked it up quite a few years afterwards, and they did a 4th and 5th season there where, as you said, she played Lucille Bluth. So, definitely a very unfortunate passing. I don't know... I haven't really watched any of the newer seasons of Arrested Development that were on Netflix, so I don't really know if the show is still going. Our thoughts are definitely in. We're definitely thinking of her family and her cast members as well. With that being said, we're going to take one last quick break, and after this, we have a look at the trailer for The Suicide Squad coming up.
It just takes a moment to spread from one person to another. So how do you break the germ cycle? Wash your hands often and always after coughing, sneezing, handling food, and going to the bathroom. Lather the front, back, and in between for at least 20 seconds. If there's no soap or water available, use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Regularly disinfect common surfaces, including your phone. These small things can help break the germ cycle.
From broadcasting
to sports, from filming new shows
to interviews,
from filling the news
to working on projects.
The radio TV program at Wabash Valley College brings you fun and enjoyable work experience. Here you'll gain hands-on experience by working with our news channel, News Channel 15, recording and even broadcasting some of the biggest high school games of the year. New shows like The Film Reel and older shows like Sports Extra. Come be your warrior by setting up an appointment today at 618-262-8641.
News Channel 15, winner of the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Award for the nation's best community college TV station.
News Channel 15 presents Sports Extra, a weekly look at local and area sports. See it Thursday nights at 6:30 on News Channel 15, also posted to our Facebook page. It's Sports Extra.
My favorite thing about Wabash Valley College, it is a tight-knit community. I am very big into having a support system and to having people help me succeed. And being here at a community college, it is, in fact, a community college because we all support each other. We are all here for each other.
Welcome back to the Film Reel. Let's take a look at the trailer, Suicide Squad.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
This coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head. We don't leave one of our own behind. Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business, Colonel. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire up. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What? We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Blood sport.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence. Times are hard. You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
Can do the job for free. So this is the famous Suicide Squad. Nom.
Any questions?
And?
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
We're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Oh, for f***'s sake. Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die. If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth. What's the plan? How the hell am I supposed to know? You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive. And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of If this whole beach was completely covered in and somebody said I'd eat every until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
This is suicide. Well, that's kind of our thing. Are you worried? I want to get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Oh my God! We've got a freaking kaiju up in this.
I don't wanna do your. We love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
I mean, John, that film looks like an absolute blast. I cannot wait for the Suicide Squad to come out here in July.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
Is that the most censoring you've had to do for
Yes,
a trailer?
I do
yet?
believe so. I do believe that this is the most censoring I've had to do for a trailer that we've shown on film.
Because I'm guessing you censored the guy getting ripped in half.
Yeah.
And you censored every single swear, and there was a lot. So.
Yeah. So I think the only thing that I would have had to have censored more was Mortal Kombat, and I decided not to show it because of that. Because Mortal Kombat, obviously, the video game series is very brutal,
extremely gory.
And the movie is pretty much the exact same, and so as seen in the trailer, and so I feel like that's probably, if we had done that one, that would have been a little more, not necessarily for swears, but I would have probably had to blur out a lot of the trailer. But yeah, I mean, the Suicide Squad looks, I mean, absolutely hilarious, action-packed. I cannot wait. It is sort of a sequel to the first Suicide Squad, titled Suicide Squad. And confusing, I know.
Yeah. So it's not Suicide Squad 2, it's just Suicide Squad?
Okay. Yeah. This is complicated. So yeah, I understand. So especially the people at home are probably confused too. So the first film, Suicide Squad, came out in 2016. Now they're making a film in 2021 called The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad. Okay.
Yeah. That's the difference, is the.
That's so confusing.
I know. But it's sort of a sequel, but sort of not. It's kind of a soft reboot. I mean, the first movie still happened, but this film takes a completely different tone. I mean, it's basically going to be nothing like the first film.
Yeah.
But you see some of the characters do return from the first film. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. We've got Amanda Waller, Rick Flag, Captain Boomerang. Pretty much those four are the people returning. The rest are new cast members. We have John Cena as Peacemaker and Idris Elba as Bloodsport. So, I mean, and I mean, we saw the huge cast at the end of that trailer just go. I mean, like the cast for this film is absolutely action packed, and the tagline for this film is "Don't get too attached." So I mean, a lot of these people, these characters are definitely going to be being killed off. It is called the Suicide Squad, so I mean that's to be expected. We saw that in the first film. There are going to be a lot of casualties in this, but I mean, John, what were your overall thoughts on that trailer so far?
It looks really interesting. I hope nothing happens to my man Shark Man.
Yeah, King Shark, yes.
Yes, he has a hand.
Yeah, by the way, King Shark played by Sylvester Stallone.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah, I know. that is absolutely awesome. I cannot wait for that.
But such a massive cast. They have so many Marvel actors too now.
Yeah, well, and Michael Rooker was in there. Yeah. He played Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy. Also in there playing Weasel, that kind of weasel looking creature that you saw in the trailer is actually being played by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother. James Gunn is the director of the movie. Sean Gunn was also in Marvel in the Guardians films as what was his name? I can't remember what his name was off the top of my head. For some reason I don't know why. But yeah, he was in the Guardians films as well. He also, Sean Gunn did the motion capture for Rocket Raccoon. That's not the character I'm thinking of. But
because he was the motion capture and he was another.
Yeah, he was another character. But he did the motion capture for Rocket Raccoon, so it's kind of funny to see him playing another rodent-like character.
Maybe he just enjoys doing those roles.
Yeah,
now.
Absolutely. But excuse me, I'm getting a phone call. Let me. I don't know if you could hear that, but yeah, I mean, I am absolutely in love with this trailer so far, and this is James Gunn, an amazing director. I mean, he did the first two Guardians movies for Marvel, and he is currently. Getting ready to do the third Guardians movie.
I'm so excited.
What are your thoughts on seeing James Gunn come over to DC and do a DC project?
I know some people did not like the other Suicide Squad, but if he does it the same as he did the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is very comical and doesn't take it overly serious at all, it's great writing too. I feel like I'm excited to see it. I would be excited to watch this new The Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I mean, the naming is definitely very confusing. And yeah, like I said, this is going to be very different from the first, and you know, a lot of the characters aren't returning, some of them are, but like I said, it's sort of a soft reboot sequel-ish. I mean, that's kind of the best way I can describe it. But with that being said, I think that is going to wrap up today's episode of The Film Reel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Bryce West. This is John Freeland. Have a great night.